Good afternoon. Having my little Subway drink. Eat fresh. So stuff's going on, and I'm going to try to help people decipher it. Because again, I just want to point this out. I'm not competing with the fat parasite. My goal is not to make money off of YouTube. I have never monetized. I don't have a GoFundMe. I have a G-String account. Make sure you go into the About section of my account, donate to my G-String account. Obviously, I'm not in it for the money. I don't do it for the money. I don't take any money. There's no advertising. There's nothing. This is pro bono. This is gratis. This is just me trying to help. I literally gain nothing from this. I gain nothing from this. You know where I work. You know I don't work for the government. Oh my God. So why am I telling you these things? Why am I helping you with this? Is it because I have some personal relationship with the fat parasite? No, I don't. I have nothing to do with the fat parasite. He lives in Pennsylvania. I live in California. I've never met the man. I use the word man loosely. I have nothing. There's nothing personal between us other than he's abused you. You, not me, you. He's abused you. He has mirrored your videos, you being the auditing community, without any compensation to you forever. Ever since I've known of the man, he was mirroring your videos. He was taking your views away from you. He was taking your ad revenue from you. He was getting GoFundMe donations that otherwise would have gone to the auditor. Why would they fund the auditor when they could fund the guy who's compiling all the audits together and showing it to them? Why? Why would anybody do that? Which is why I don't show audits. If I comment on an audit, I might show pieces of it, like stills here, here, and here. But I always link to that auditor's channel, because whether I agree with them or not, he did the work, he took the risk, or she, and that auditor deserves to get paid for it. That makes me sound like a terrible person, I know. Or does it? Have you guys stopped to think about any of this? You guys are blindly clinging to the fat parasite because he's some sort of an auditing god? What the fuck has he done? So let's look at possible responses to this whole. I think the website's stupid. I think upholders.org. I think the idea of it's pretty stupid. It would be overly complicated, not really useful. If you are in an instance in some sort of an altercation with a cop, and you're suing him, your lawyer is going to subpoena any records that you could get anyway. Probably have access to more records. You could get like disciplinary records and things like that. And you'd have it when you needed it. So I don't understand. I don't understand what this website is going to do. I don't. I think it's useless and redundant, but your mileage may vary. You're free to disagree, and that's fine. But let's think about this for a minute. If Ben, the fat parasite, wasn't trying to scam you, he could have just shown the communications between him and whoever upholders.org is. I mean, it's pretty simple. Yeah, Ben said I lied because he only sent me 1 PM. That's what his claim was. So I just took a screenshot of my PMs in Discord, and it showed there were 2 messages from Ben. So it was easy. It was that simple for me to dispel that lie. But fat parasite can't do that. He can't do that. It's simple. It's easy. It should be very, very easy for him to do, and yet he's not doing it. So there's that. If upholders.org really wanted to be above board, number one, they wouldn't have lied and said something about death threats. That's just stupid. I mean, that's just stupid. If you want to buy that, that's great. listen and believe, I guess, but there's no evidence to suggest that. If there were actual death threats being posted, then there would have been some kind of record. The FBI would be investigating it or something. No, I'm not calling you over. No. Hello. I'm sitting in my car. All right. That was a coworker wondering why I'm talking to myself. But upholders.org could, of course, obviously also allay any fears. Number one, by being upfront from the get-go, by showing who they were. I mean, you could, there's lots of things that you could have done. You could have designated a point person. You could have partnered with somebody. There are lots of ways you could have gone about it. There are people out there who have their names out there who, you know, may have a relative level of trustworthiness. I'd trust Jeff Gray. I'd trust Desert Sentinel. I'd trust Bunny Boots. I'm sure there are others I would trust with it, but you could have picked a point person who doesn't have a screaming, honking criminal record, who could be the contact point to give it some sort of indicia. Fat Parasite himself could have been the contact person. There's nothing wrong with Fat Parasite running that website. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with him being involved in it. It's his kind of cup of tea, apparently, so that's great. There's nothing wrong with it had he fessed up to it, but he didn't, which leaves you wondering why. If he made the video and I said it's a scam and he said it's not a scam, I'm on the board, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to achieve transparency, I would have been like, well, I guess I'm wrong. I've said I'm wrong, but I've been wrong before. I've said when I was wrong before. He could have done that, but he didn't, because he's a fucking liar. He's a liar and he's trying to scam, and he's still trying to scam. I don't know or really care whether or not he was in domestic violence. I really don't. I mean, that's been all over the community forever, since I've been in here, ever since I've heard of him. I mean, the very first time somebody even mentioned it to me, they said, hey, this guy beats women. Okay. I mean, most auditors seem to have criminal records, and I don't make videos on them. Who do I make videos on? People who are either breaking the law, and I'm saying, hey, you're breaking the law. Here's what you're doing wrong. Here's why it went wrong. Maybe you ought to rethink it. That's one. Number two, liars. Beware Mouse, documented liar. Made a video on him. News Now Houston, Earl, documented liar. Made a video on him. Made several. Hemming, liar. At least lying by omission. Made a video on him. Thief Damon Jones, documented liar. Made a video on him. Fat Parasite. You didn't have to be a liar, Fat Parasite. You didn't have to be. You could have said, yeah, it's my website. This is what we're doing. You know what? You're right. I wasn't being very transparent with it, but here's what I'm going to do to make it transparent. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Didn't. Because you're a scam artist and you're taking advantage of people. And I'm going to continue to call you out on that. I called you out on, I guess it's not a big deal. I guess most of these auditors aren't caring enough. They think the exposure they're going to get from you makes up for their videos being stolen. But whatever. If they're fine with that, then they're fine with that. So I wasn't harping on that. So if you're wondering why the sudden interest from me, it's not because you have domestic violence on your record. I don't care. It's because you're a liar and you're taking advantage of the community. And I may have saved the community about $75,000, and I don't feel bad about that one bit. Even if you are little assholes who are ingrateful. Ingrates. Ungrateful? Ingrates. Whatever. You get the point. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.